Hey everyone, it's the bad guy here, back with another video. And before we get started with today's video, I just want to say thanks to all you guys out there who watched and subscribed to my channel. We just made it past 100 subs and I'm really thankful for that, because I really do enjoy making content for you guys, and it warms my heart when I see you guys are enjoying it. So thanks a lot guys, and look forward to even more and better quality content in future. Alright, let's get started with today's video. Okay guys, in today's video we're going to be crafting some Swift runes. I've been saving up these crafting materials for quite a while. I've been farming GB10 for the longest time because I really do need to improve my Swift set so I can, do a bit better in the arena as well as in the world arena. I'm going to be giving you some tips on how to effectively craft your runes. We'll also talk a bit about free rune removal and what you guys need to do in order to prepare for that. And finally, we're going to talk about my thought process while I'm crafting these runes, and I'll tell you which ones I'm keeping and which ones I'm not, because I've never really had a problem with rune storage being insufficient, because I'm very picky with my runes. I don't like having runes just sitting there in rune storage and they'll never probably be used. So we're gonna talk about that a little while we craft the runes. Alright, let's get started with the rune crafting. We have, I think this will be a bit over 70 runes, around 70 something runes, I'm not sure, but we'll see what happens in the end. Alright, let's get started with this. Let's go ahead. Now for you guys, my first tip on effective rune crafting is that you should understand your box first. Now this is like the first step. It's like baby steps when you're a little kid. First you have to learn how to crawl and stuff like that, right? So what you want to do here is you have to understand your box, your strengths, and your weaknesses, what monsters you have. Like if you have monsters which are very violent dependent and they outweigh other types of monsters in your team which maybe would require despair or something, then you probably want to focus on those monsters first. So you'd focus your efforts on farming dragons, or so you can get, because how do I put it, if you wanna craft violent runes, you're gonna need the red craft material and the green one, and violent will drop both, but it will drop the red one more, so that's why you choose to farm dragons. You have to be very selective when choosing which dungeons to farm, because it will directly affect how many runes you can craft. For example, I've been farming giants a lot, so as you can see I do have a lot more green crafting essence, green crafting symbol of harmony or whatever, more than the purple ones, but it also drops the purple ones because they know that once while farming Swift, while farming giants, you're gonna want to craft Swift runes. So all the Swift, despair, and all those runes that drop from giants, they use this sort of formula when you want to craft them. So they'll drop more of this and then they'll drop a bit less of this. They drop the red ones a lot more rarely. So this is the formula. So you'll be able to craft more Swift runes if you farm giants. You'll be able to craft more violent runes if you farm dragons and stuff like that. You also need to understand your weaknesses, or maybe if you pulled a monster that needs a specific rune set, you can change where you farm just for that monster. For example, if you maybe pulled a Ganymede and you really want to give him some good violent runes, but ordinarily you farm giants, so you may want to switch your dungeons for like a month or two, so you can just put you can get some violent runes and craft some violent runes, so you can put them on that monster that requires violent runes. That's the first tip I have for you guys. Oh, this is a very good rune. Oh my god, this is such a good rune. Like, it could roll speed. It could be a good rune for a bomber. It could be a good rune for an attacker, like depending on what it rolls. If it rolls a lot of crit rate, then I can compensate for crit rate on the other slots and stuff. But it's a good rune. I'm gonna keep this. We'll probably power it up at the end of the video to see what we get. So yeah, like I said, first one, know your box, understand your box. That's gonna decide where you're gonna be farming for, which dungeons you're gonna focus on farming, and then that will also directly affect the crafting materials that you use and which runes you'll want to craft. That's the first tip I have for you guys. Then for the second tip, it's gonna be that you should only craft high runes. Like, I know you can be tempted to craft low or mid runes, thinking that you don't have enough symbols, but just hold off, farm a bit more until you get enough to craft the high runes. Because what are you gonna do with the green rune? It's not gonna be very useful to you. So if you're crafting runes, then you're basically doing Kairos dungeon. You can do Kairos dungeon to some extent. So, and that's where you're getting the crafting materials from. So I don't bother with the low and mid runes. It's a waste of mana because it also takes mana, right? It takes mana a bit less, but the odds of you getting a good rune are very low. You probably get white runes and things, so don't even bother. Even when crafting high runes, most of what you get is trash. So why go for even worse trash in mid and low? So just hold off, craft your swift runes, and craft your high runes. That will benefit you more in future. Let's see what this is. I'm gonna sell this because it has no speed. If it had speed, I'd still sell it because it's defense. It's not even a 6-star rune, and it just has shitty stats. Because this crit rate, even if it goes 4 rolls into crit rate, it can be what, crit rate plus 16 or something. It's you sell runes like that. Okay. Oh, and now that that was the second tip. Don't craft anything other than high. And finally, the last tip that I have for you guys for today is you need to prepare mana. Like, crafting runes takes up a lot of mana, so don't even bother trying to craft. This is a good rune as well. Why? Because it has speed. You can see any swift rune with speed is good, so keep those. Even a 5-star rune on a slot like this is good because it can roll. If it rolls +5, if it started off as +5 and it rolls 3 good rolls into speed, that will be +20 speed, and you can use a rune like that. And also has some HP and crit rate, so it's alright. We can always, if it doesn't roll too well, we'll sell it, but if it rolls well, it's good. But if you're early game and it rolls like HP and 1 speed, you can keep that because it can be useful. But if it rolls crit rate and speed, you can still keep it because it'll be useful. But I don't think, if it doesn't roll speed for me, I think I'll probably just sell it. Okay, we'll get that. So for the last, like I said, mana, it's so mana costly. Like, I'm crafting 70 runes. Let's say we'll take 70 runes, right? 70 times 50,000 mana for each craft. That's gonna be 3.5 million mana. And you need to bear in mind that that's if you foregoing the mana return. Because when you're crafting swift runes, the mana return is negligible. It's very low. Because you just sold that for 5,000 and you spent 50,000 crafting it, so you're barely getting anything back. It gets better if you start crafting runes from Necro, like Rage and Will. Also, Violent gives a good mana return, so like crafting those will be a lot less cheaper. It will be a lot cheaper because of the return. But swift runes, you have to prepare a lot of mana because it's going to be very mana costly. So make sure you prepare a lot, because one thing with mana is you don't ever want to go below 500,000 mana. That's a rule that I set for myself, because I once went below that and the insane Violent slot 2 speed rune showed up in shop and I did not have enough mana to buy it, and I've always regretted that because I only have like 2 good slot 2 speeds Violent runes. So make sure you always have 500,000 mana at the very least, so if something good pops up in shop, you can buy it. Now this one, I'm gonna keep it. If it rolls 3 into crit rate, I think it can be useful. Other than that, I think I'll just keep it. But I do have a good rune for that slot. I'll show it to you guys after this. So yeah, always prepare enough mana. Don't ever allow yourself to go below 500,000 mana. And because even after you're done crafting, you're gonna need to power them up, and it's almost free rune removal day, so you don't wanna be that low on mana. It's just not a good idea. So yeah, those are the 3 tips I have for you guys for efficient rune crafting. If you follow them, you should be able to pick which dungeon to farm, as well as which dungeons to farm, which will give you the appropriate crafting material so you can craft more of the rune that you want, and then you'll be able to basically get the best bang for your buck. You won't waste any energy or mana farming things that you shouldn't. Okay, I think I'm gonna get this because it can be speed plus 18, and I can put this on some tank who needs speed, like a Briand or something. So yeah, we'll get that. If it goes 2 into speed, I'm gonna keep that. If it doesn't, if it doesn't roll speed on the first roll, I sell it. This one I'm gonna sell it instantly because the max it can have is speed plus 14, I have better runes for that slot. So yeah, even if you're early game, I don't recommend you keep this. It's kind of garbage, even if it rolls double speed rolls. Now into my thought process for like keeping runes and selling runes. We'll just go ahead and keep at it. Like, I don't really keep 5-star runes unless they're legend. Like this, it's almost like this other rune, just sell it, it's garbage. You don't want to keep that. Like, I feel like you shouldn't just take any rune that you feel like, hey, I'm gonna keep this rune because it can roll like what, I don't know how much can it roll, like +6 +5 crit rate. Like, it's just a waste really. For swift runes, you want to have some speed on them. That's how I'm deciding how to keep the runes. I also know the slots which I'm lacking speed in. That's slot 5 and slot 6. So if a rune is a 5-star rune and it has some speed on those 2 slots, then I'll keep it. This one, you just sell it, even if it has a 6-star. Even though it's a 6-star rune. Why? Because in slot 2 you want to have speed. Like, or if you are putting a swift set on someone, most of the time you're going to want the speed on slot 2. So you sell such runes, unless it's a good, if it's like a hero rune. If it's a hero's HP rune or defense rune with speed +6 or +5, then you keep that because it can roll speed +20, and then you can put that on a tank that needs some speed. Let's go. You see, like I said, when you're crafting runes, most of what you get is crap. Like, we've gotten like maybe 2 good runes so far. I'm not too disappointed. Like, it's the same as farming giants or dragons or whatever. Like, maybe in a month you'll get 1 or 2 good runes or something. I've gotten to the point where the runes that I need, I'm so picky about them. Like I said, you have to be a bit picky with your runes, because you may keep a rune, you're like, I can use it, but in all honesty, you're not going to use it. A good example is, like, have you ever gotten a rune, let's say it's a swift rune with HP, it's 6-star rune, it has HP, it has resistance, and it has like accuracy, then you're like, you could roll a lot of HP, so I will keep it. But most of the monsters that you're gonna need on swift are gonna need that speed substat, so like, I don't recommend you keep that. Maybe if you roll the first one and it has a high roll in HP, then the second one it triple rolls in HP, that's okay, I guess. But still, it's a niche rune. You're gonna maybe put it on some random tank for world boss. Like, it's alright, but not really a use for it. Like, most of my PvP monsters are runed as best as they can possibly get with my rune set right now. I can picture every single rune I have on my monsters right now. I know how they're runed inside and out. So I know what's going to improve them and what's not. Gonna sell that. That's why I really love what they did by adding the rune management feature, but it didn't really benefit me that much, I feel. Why? Because even before they added it, we're gonna keep this, it could roll crit rate, but the problem with you see, the reason why swift runes are they don't really do well without speed is that even if it rolls max roll crit rate, at this point, at the stage of the game I'm in, like, I'm competing in Guardian Arena, sometimes in Guardian C3 Arena, as well as, you know, sometimes facing G2, maybe G3 guys, right? So like, you need to be very fast and hit hard. So like, this rune, even if it rolls max crit rate subs or gets a lot of crit damage, at the end of the day it doesn't have speed, so I can't put it on any of my attackers because it's gonna lower their speed, and speed is like really important when it comes to Guardian Arena. So I'm just gonna keep it, but it's gonna maybe just warm. If it rolls really good and gets 3 rolls into crit rate or crit damage, I'll keep it and put it on maybe one of my PvE attackers or something like that. So yeah, after this I'll also show you guys, since it's free rune removal, I'm gonna go over my core units, show you how they're runed. So in case you guys have them and you're thinking about like, how should I rune them, we're gonna solve this. This speed sub is too low, like, and plus I have a speed plus 24 rune on that slot, so it won't really improve on anything. Speed, defense, we'll keep it. Why? It has speed, it has crit, it has crit damage. If I get a defense-based damage dealer like Copper, it'd be good. I have a good rune on Copper for this slot, but this maybe could improve it. Or for my Bulldozer when I'm gonna build him eventually. So I'm gonna keep that. If it rolls good crit rate and crit damage, I'll use it. 5-star runes. It's crafting runes is almost like farming runes. Most of the time you're gonna get 5-star runes and be disappointed a little, but eventually you get one good rune or something. Now where was I? Yes, I'll put at the end of the video I'll put all my, this one, like, it could roll into a speed plus 15 rune, but this is one of the slots where I'm missing a good swift rune with a lot of speed, so but it's not good enough, so I'm gonna sell that. You should sell that too, even if you're early game. Like, just speed there is, and what's it called again, a flat stat, that's just a must sell, instant must sell. Let's see, this is good. This is good. It can roll speed plus 20. If it gets max rolls on all the rolls, then it can be, and all goes into speed, which is, it's like a gamble. It's gambling. It's like saying maybe if I win the lottery or something, but it could happen. So I'm gonna get that because that's a slot where I'm lacking speed. This one, I'm gonna get this too. Even though I have a really good rune for this slot, like it's a one lucky HP rune that I got for, it has a speed plus 24 sub without getting grinded. So I'm gonna keep it either way because I have a lot of monsters that run on Swift, and it could roll like decent speed, and I could put it on my, I don't know, Ryan or my Megan or something. So I'm gonna get that. It has 4 chances to roll into speed, so it could happen. So I can only keep 5-star runes if they're like that, like if they have a good speed sub. I only really farm giants, mainly because it's my fastest run, and I don't have too many monsters that will benefit from a violent set. Like, cause you see I have Samoth, he needs Despair. I have Juno. My AD is usually Samoth, Juno, Rakan, and Frigate. Frigate needs a faster Swift set. That's why I'm farming here. That's why I'm farming giants. My Samoth needs better Despair runes. That's why I'm farming giants as well. Juno needs Despair. That's why I'm farming giants. And Rakan is not really on a violent set, but if I want to get him on a, not on a violent set, his best set right now, the way the meta is Vampire. But my Necro run, though I can run it, it's slow. I don't have the patience for slow runs, so I might as well give him, he's on a broken set right now, but he has a lot of HP and his stats are good. It's just that if I have the chance, once I get better and better into the game, then I will start farming Necro. I'd rather farm Necro first than Giants, because like I said, I don't have too many monsters that would benefit from Violent, except maybe Tableau, but he has decent issuance. And there's no reason, like, I have a lot of monsters, why should I, for the sake of one, change everything? Like, it's gonna benefit only Tableau that I farm violent runes, but by farming giants I benefit my whole box more. Like maybe 2/3 of my monsters will benefit from it. So you gotta think like that. What's gonna benefit me most? What's gonna help me progress more? Is it farming giants? Is it farming dragons? Is it farming necro? And pick. And also when it comes to picking which runes to craft from each dungeon, you want to craft, this is just like an overview, like for most people, crafting swift runes from giants will be the most optimal, but there can be the deviations. Like maybe if you pull a really good monster that needs despair, you can craft despair, or if you need a really good blade rune, I guess, but I don't really recommend it. Just craft swift. You won't ever regret, because you always need a fastest attack per buffer. Always, like everyone needs a faster attack per buffer. You'll progress if you have a fast one. And in dragons, it's almost always violent. And I think a safe one for necro is almost always gonna be will, because so many monsters need will. You need it for making your will shield cleaves, things like that. You need it for your defense monsters. Rakan always needs like a will set. So do a lot of other monsters that you may put on defense. So I feel like it's safe to put to do will. You won't regret it. But you can also do, for example, if you just pulled Rakan and you want to put him on Vampire, maybe you can craft Vampire runes. So I wouldn't do it myself, but you can do it. Or you can do Rage, but what's the point? Like, you get Fatal runes from Giants, and they're sort of kind of the same. Not really the same, but they're all damage dealer sets. So you can make do with Fatal. That's what I do. I have like one Rage set, and it's not even good. But I do very well in Arena. Like I said, I finished Guardian before. Well, that was once, but I think it's a smart idea to just kind of consolidate and like craft like a single rune that will benefit your entire box. We've only got like one good rune. Let's see. Hopefully we can get like one other good legend 6-star rune with some speed on it. It's always a shame when you pull a legend swift rune with no speed. Such a shame. And my mana is burning away so fast. But that's okay. This is in preparation for rune removal as well, because I can make changes, improve my attack bar buffers, because I have so many attack bar buffers. I have Megan and Frigate and Bernard, Kabila. Attack, it's not a good rune. You may think, hey, it's 6-star attack and it's not a good rune. Why? It has no speed. You could say, hey, it could be a good bomber rune, but no, it has accuracy, but it doesn't have speed, because bombers also need some speed on them, and it doesn't have, maybe a Ciara rune would also need some HP or something. This won't really benefit my box so much, because also the fact that it can't be used on most attackers because they need crit damage on 4. So this one, I feel I just want to sell it. Like, I don't see who I'm gonna use this on. You see, when you have to think so hard about who am I gonna use this rune on, you just probably sell it. Like, if I got it once, I'll probably get it again. Attack runes on slot 4. Resistance, sell that. You almost always sell resistance unless it has a speed sub. Same thing like on keeping flat stat runes on 2, 4, and 6. Not 2, 4, and 6. I'm not sure. Those slots, the ones that you can put percentage on. I'm not sure if they're 2, 4, and 6, but whatever. Yeah, 2, 4, and 6. I think it's 2, 4, and 6. So same thing with that. You can keep a flat rune if maybe you got a legend flat rune with speed on it and roll speed 3 or 4 times. You can keep that. That's a speed plus 24 runes, so it's gonna benefit you one way or another. Let me just like right now, my Megan has, I think, a slot 6. I was at my Chloe. She has a slot 6. She has this. Ooh, this is bad. This is garbage. I'm gonna sell that. Why am I selling it? No speed, first of all. Accuracy and HP. You're like, oh, maybe I can put it on a tank or something. But like, all my tanks already have decent runes. Like, I don't need this. It won't benefit my box all that much. And plus, it's disrespecting me by coming out like this. Where's the speed? Like, God. I just don't want to look at it. Like, you can say, hey, maybe you can reappraise it. Maybe. We're gonna keep this. But I have so many other runes that I can reappraise, so why should I focus all of them on that one? Okay. Let's see. No. When it comes to selling and keeping runes, it's really subjective to your account. Like, maybe that one would have helped you out, but it's not gonna help me out. That's why I sold it. So don't get mad at me, guys. It's not. I just have to be a bit picky. I like being picky because I don't want to have, like, how do I put it? It's like hoarders, you know. You just don't ever want to throw anything away. I don't want to hoard anything. This is good because it can be at best speed plus 18, and it's happened before, so I'm gonna keep that. Why keep that? Like, you see, that's more valuable than the legend rune because it's just of that plus 6 speed sub. Now, when you're crafting, if you wanna, when it comes to keeping maybe despair runes, it's gonna be the same, but less emphasis on speed, because despair runes are usually kept on monsters with some sort of debuff, like that can have an AoE that can stun, or that can stun on despair or something like that. So despair runes, things that are good for it are like speed, HP, and accuracy. Good for that, will work on most despair units, or maybe if it's a despair attacker, it's speed, crit rate, crit rate, crit damage, speed, crit rate, attack, speed, crit damage, attack, things like that. And what's it called again? Despair also needs speed. For example, if you wanna, for Juno, it's gonna be speed, crit rate, and HP, because she also needs that crit rate, and a bit of defense on. So it can even be speed, defense, speed, defense, HP, speed, defense, accuracy, depending on what type of monster you're trying to rune. Balance is also gonna be the same. You need good balance, speed subs, HP subs. So you don't want just HP. You want speed and HP or something, or speed and defense. That should work. For an attacker, speed, crit damage, and crit rate, speed, crit rate, and attack should work. We're almost done crafting these runes. Like, it doesn't seem we're gonna get anything too useful. We just have one. We'll go ahead and power up that legend rune and plus the other, I think it's a hero rune. I'll keep it, because this could be, if it rolls all speed, it could be something useful. We'll see. We're almost done with this. Almost done. I need to farm some more mana in preparation for 2 speed. It will need to be reappraised. It will need very much to be reappraised. These are not stats that you want on an attacker rune. I'll keep it. Actually, I don't know. I could sell it, but let's just keep it and see what happens. Those were some horrible stats. Sell that because it's flat, no speed. Let's see. No, we're gonna sell that. Okay. We're gonna sell that as well. I think free rune removal is tomorrow. For me, I'm not really gonna make many changes. I'll just change some new monsters I built, because I have a bomber that I built, Malaka, as well as Amir. I may just put some good runes on them, but that's about it. I don't really like changing my runes. Like, I know what's gonna make my monsters better, like my core monsters. That's better runes, which I haven't pulled any this month, so there's really no point of changing anything. There we go. That has been crafting. I think, was it 70 or 70 something runes? Don't know. Let's go over to my rune storage so we can see what we got. There we go. This is garbage, I think. No, it was pretty okay if it rolls crit rate. No point in, it's nothing special though. This one had speed on it. Let's go ahead and try and power this one up. Like, but if it didn't roll speed on the first one, I'm just gonna straight up sell it, because at that point it's speed plus 12 and nobody needs a speed plus 12 rune. Well, I don't need one at least. Let's go. Speed plus 10. It rolled plus 5. No, plus 5? No, plus 4. That was a minimum roll, so that's pretty bad. Pretty bad, but it could be speed plus 16. I'll take a speed plus 16. If it rolls speed plus 14, I may just sell it, because I have a rune like that already. It won't really improve anybody, so yeah. Let's see. Speed plus 16, I'll keep that. It will help someone out. It will give someone some more speed, like a Megan or something, right? No, Megan's on roll though. So no. What else did I get? I do remember getting this one. Attack with speed. Let's try power this up, see what happens. Maybe now's the time gate for speed runes, or for speed subs going up. Other than speed, actually speed is the most wanted here, to be honest. Maybe accuracy? Maybe HP, because bombers like Ciara need some HP. I will get her Ciara eventually. Crit rate, okay. Crit rate, that's not, I guess, the end of the world. But I do need to have some speed, at least speed plus 15. If it doesn't roll speed at plus 9, I won't sell it, but because I do, like I said, I need to rune up my Malaka. Speed plus, crit rate plus 16. I need some speed on this for it to be usable. Let's just see. Maybe it wants to do a quad roll into speed. Into crit rate. But I guess I can find a use for it. Speed. But a minimum roll into speed? Nor is it a plus 5 roll? It was a plus 5 roll, so an average roll. Not the best rune in the world, but we'll see. I'll power it up a bit more in my own time. Let's try with, there was one more rune, I think. It was this one. One more 6-star rune. The rest can wait. What was it? Did I miss it? There we go. Let's power this one up. It could be in, if it rolls max rolls and everything, speed plus 23. But what are the odds of that? It's almost lower than the Nat 5, right? To be honest, I have like so many not so many, but I have a decent amount of Nat 5s. But I only have one plus 24 speed rune, like naturally without grinds. It's only one, so at best this could be speed plus 6. Let's see, if it gets 6, that will be 11 plus another 6, speed plus 17. Don't need it. I have a lot of runes on this rune on this slot with speed plus 18, like, so it's not really important. I'm going to maybe not sell it. I'll keep it because it could be used in an attacker. It has speed and crit rate. Let's see what it rolls on plus 6. That will decide whether or not I keep it. If it rolls HP, then I'll sell it because that doesn't synergize very well. Speed plus 9. Oh well, we'll keep that for now. We'll see what it rolls on the last. Let's just power it up to plus 9. Power it up to plus 9. Like I said, I don't want to be too below 500k mana. Like 100k I can easily farm it in 30 minutes in case a good rune pops up. Or I can sell some runes, which I don't want to. Like I said, all my runes have been methodically kept. There's no bad rune in my slot. In my rune storage, unless it accidentally got through because of lag during the selling process after the dungeon, and this one is gonna get sold. Like speed plus and crit rate plus 10, who are you gonna put that on? I'm gonna sell that. Yes. Alright, so guys, that has been crafting 70 swift runes. These other ones are not special. There's really no point in powering them up on video. I can get disappointed by myself, not while doing other things in the game. So guys, thanks for watching. I'm gonna go over some of the runes of my core units that I use in Arena, in Guild Wars, and my dungeon farming teams, and World Arena, so you guys can see how they're runed, and maybe you can take a page from my book and use them during rune removal to see how you can rune your team. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.